Hi, so I wanted to film my daughter's 5th grade homeschool area. So this is it, and this is a desk and a bookshelf, and then it's a homemade bookshelf underneath, and then this is her homeschool cart. But this shelf here, this is actually my own bookshelf for my personal reading. If you're interested in my personal reading, check out my new channel, which is Reading at Dusk. It's linked in the description. But yeah, so I started a new channel just for my personal reading. So this is the homeschool area, and I would show you guys the entire space, but it's actually full of construction stuff because we're redoing stuff in our house. But this room is actually a dining room, and it's a mess right now. But this area is like the nice and neat area for homeschool that we're about to start. So first, let me start at the top. So these books I just placed here. So these are all for 5th grade. Not all. I'm going to show you some more down below. These are the ones that fit. I mixed nonfiction with fiction, and so these are the books she'll be pulling from to do her independent reading. And so on that same theme, she's already chosen her first book of the year, of the school year, and that will be The Menagerie by Tui T. Sutherland. I went ahead, as part of my little prep, I went ahead and just put a bookmark for her. This was like her favorite book that she picked. That's going to be our read aloud, which is Aesop's Illustrated Fables. I went ahead and put this both in our book stands. Okay, so those are all her books. And then to the left, I went ahead and just put, because we don't have a large homeschool space, I had to put a basket up here. So I decided to put in the basket all of her math stuff because this is like pretty heavy. So I decided, instead of her having to get this stuff down from the shelf every day, I went ahead and put it here. This is Saxon 6.5. This is a nice little pastel gridded, workbook thing. Sorry, where she'll do her problems. I don't know, I can't find words today. Okay, grid paper, sorry. Yeah, so I went ahead and put that. That's in here. I don't even know if she'll use it too much, but I put it in there. Okay, that's going to stay here. This is going to stay for now until I change my mind. And then I just put a really simple little pencil holder here, which is these are the brand new my favorite brand of pencils that I bought to start 5th grade with. And then I got her this, which I showed before. It's I love these Mano sticks by Tombow, and they're really good eraser sticks. And then I already bought her the little eraser thing to go with it. And then this is just a pen my husband her dad gave to her, and so I'm going to let her do more ink pen writing for 5th grade. So that was the only things I chose to put in here. And then I just got this little tape thing, and then before I go over the schedule, which I changed, I just kept these here. They're technically placemats of the US and then the world, and then this is the handwriting. These are from Imagination Starters, and so we use them with chalk. So what I decided to do, I just put them here because honestly I don't have another place to put them. They're kind of big for homeschooling in a small space. So I actually just put them here, but I do plan on having her do this. I think what I'm going to do is the first week of homeschool, I'm going to have her practice her cursive here and not even start the cursive curriculum, which I showed in my 5th grade curriculum video. So yeah, so we're going to do this the first week, kind of keep it simple. So that's why I have it here, and it might stay here just kind of as a placemat, but I'm going to erase it and stuff. I'm just going to let her work on it the first week. Okay, so I have that ready to go. And then before I show you some of the other stuff, let me just show you the schedule because I changed her schedule. This is kind of messy. I apologize. I'm probably going to have to redo it, but I wanted it done. This is a schedule that I've already changed. I wanted it done with dry erase markers because I'm probably going to change it again. And that's part of my prepping, is that I'm always kind of experimenting with our schedule. So I don't know if you guys watched, I don't know if I talked about my 5th grade planning video, my 5th grade curriculum video, but I've changed the schedule since then, actually a few days ago. I decided to go ahead and add math first, and I also added math on Fridays. For years, we've not been doing any math on Fridays. And our language arts, but we've only been doing it 4 days a week. But I decided, you know what? This summer, we had a lot of leftover math, and we're not year-round homeschoolers. We take the summer off. So I was like, you know what? I'd rather her just do math 5 days a week, and then we won't have as much to do in the summer. Okay, so also in the summer, she did workbooks, but getting back to the schedule. So I decided to add math first because in the mornings, I'm slower to get everything done in the mornings than my daughter because I have more things to do. Like do stuff with my dogs and then make my oatmeal, which takes a long time. My daughter's pretty quick. So I was like, she can just go ahead and start math first. That way, while she's working on her math, I can be doing my other things. So I went ahead and added math first, and you can see the rest. Then language arts, except Fridays, Monday through Thursday, and then science Monday, and then myth Tuesday, history, geography Wednesday, emotional intelligence Thursdays, and then continuing with the same schedule, art every day after everything, reading for 35 minutes every day after everything, and then STEAM every day after everything. I decided to put STEAM last. I think I'm continuing what I decided in the beginning because that's another reason, because she can work on that on her own. After she does her 35 minutes of reading, she will go ahead to do her STEAM. I don't know if you want to call it like a unit. She'll be doing like a STEAM unit kind of independent STEAM projects. So yeah, so that's our current schedule that had changed. And then another thing I did to prep, this is just like the basics, which you might say, why are you showing me this? But I don't know, I never did this before. I went in every single workbook and I just added a magnetic bookmark. I'm loving these magnetic bookmarks because so for years we were just using these, or we were using, like actual paper bookmarks, and they were just like, we're losing them and stuff like that. And then they would lose their stickiness. So I went ahead and every single workbook that we're going to start, and I added the bookmark ahead of time. So that's part of my little prep. I don't know why, but I'm proud of myself or something so silly. So I did that. That was part of my prepping. And then this is a homeschool cart, which if you've watched a lot of my videos before, this hasn't changed much. But these are just the things that I don't have enough room for on that table, so I'm just keeping here. One thing I went ahead and also decided as part of my prepping is that for art, I just kind of like how I'm taking the cursive slow for the first week. I decided to have her just experiment with materials the first week and not start our art curriculum. So I got her these, I'm going to mess it up more. I got these microns and then these uni pins, which all have different nib sizes. So I went ahead and made this. This is kind of, I don't really like the way I did it here. I should have kind of did it like this, but that's okay. I didn't want to waste a whole other sheet of paper. So what I did was I'm going to have her do smallest to largest nib. That way when she's in the future working on art, she'll know the differences. And now we never did this before, but now since she's 10, I was like, I really want her to start realizing the differences in art supplies and things like that. So I did that. And then on the back, I went ahead and started this because this is going to be kind of a wasted sheet of paper. So I just kind of thought she'd go ahead and do a color test with these. So these are new for 5th grade. These are Arteza, water-based ink. Let me open it for you guys. And I'm not linking everything here because I usually link things for you guys, but I showed pretty much, hopefully, all these things in my 5th grade curriculum video. So if you want more details, go check out that video. I'll link that one also. So I wanted her to experiment with these colors. So that we'll be doing the first day, if not week, of art. Instead of starting our 365 days of art the first day, we're just gonna wait, and I'm gonna have her just what I'm calling experimentation of materials. I'm also probably gonna have her use another sheet of paper, probably not in here, or maybe a scrap piece of paper, to experiment with her watercolors. Because, sorry, that was an annoying noise. So I also got her some new watercolors, which I showed in that 5th grade curriculum haul video by Koi. So I want her to also experiment with these because these are all new. And so probably we're going to take a few days, like I said, if not a week, because we do art every day. So she can kind of make, experiment with this. And then a lot of artists do this. I don't personally do this because I'm kind of I don't really consider myself an artist anymore. I went to school for art and everything, but I don't do this. But a lot of people keep these things in their, you know, sketchbooks, because they can go back and research it. I mean, sorry, see it for like a color samples. So I'm gonna have her keep this, and then like I said, we're gonna do this. So yeah, that's part of the things I started doing ahead of time to prep for art. So that's what I decided we're gonna do on the first week for art. Moving on. Okay, so back to the cart. So I have everything kind of organized as much as possible. These kind of fell over because I don't have enough of them. That kind of aggravates me. But this cart is always being moved around, so it's always falling, but that's okay. But anyway, I like these to be vertical, but you know what I mean. Okay, so this cart is like good to go with just, like I said, random stuff. We always use these because we always run out of these erasers. So I got also new black ones. They aren't sharpened yet, but the pastel ones are. And then this is just like I moved some stuff, the art stuff. And then this is just, I got these ready. This is like cardstock, and this is construction paper. So that's the cart. And then now let me show you underneath. Okay, so underneath is a whole nother bunch of stuff. So these are the books that did not fit on the bookshelf up there. So these will be some for other 5th grade reads. Yeah. So as she finishes a book up here, she will just come and I will come and pull one here and put it up there. Okay, so that's that. And then this is kind of her STEAM area. I got these, I showed these I think in that 5th grade video or haul, but these I got to put STEAM stuff in. Yeah, and then this is her, what I'm calling her STEAM unit. I'll probably do a separate video on this, but this is all her STEAM stuff I kept on that one shelf. And then this is just the below area. It's not really organized perfectly, but it is what it is because this is like extra stuff. I kind of have a little bit organization here. These were like nonfiction books that I honestly pulled for 5th grade, but I just don't think we're gonna get to them. Yeah, so I put them here just in case. Maybe she'll read them in 6th grade, but they might get read. So I just kept them here, but they're not my priority because I realized I had just way too many nonfiction books for history. And then this is pretty much all of the language arts. Since language arts is by far the subject with the most materials, I decided to keep it in here, but honestly, it's not that efficient. But since we have such a small homeschool space, it's the only thing I've came up with so far. So then she'll just, I think what we're going to do is just pull all of these things at once, put them on the table, and do subject by subject is what we usually do. Instead of getting one thing at a time, I usually just kind of put them up there. So that's kind of what we do, just managing with a small space, I guess. Yeah. And then these are all just like the smaller subjects mixed together. So these we will pull individually. Like this was like the emotional intelligence stuff. Well, I'll just grab it all, or she will right before we start that subject. And then, yeah, so that's like mythology and then history. Another thing I did was for science. I'll show you this in a minute. This is part of my little prepping. I'll show you guys. And then for history, something else I want to show you. Okay, I just wanted to show you like the storage. So yeah, so this is pretty much what we're working with for 5th grade. This is pretty much every single thing we own for 5th grade is all here. Now, we do have another bookshelf that we actually moved to our office. Sorry if this is out of focus. That we moved to our office that is has like extra homeschool books on it that we've been owning for years. So because this shelf on the left that I told you guys about, that's just my personal reading, whereas it used to be the homeschool area, but a homeschool bookshelf. But I needed an extra shelf for my books because my husband and I didn't have enough room. Another thing I want to show you guys is just kind of like, this is like a little basket bin for these little paper towel rolls that we're collecting because some of our STEAM projects require these. So yeah, I'm just kind of keeping them in here. Okay, so moving on to a few more of the prep things. So move this art stuff. Okay, so for history and for science, we're using these. Everything you need to ace American history and then science in one big fat notebook. So what I didn't do before was go through these really extensively. And so I went through this one again, and then I decided that we're just going to start in the beginning. I was going to skip the prehistory and just start in colonial America because we've like done prehistory so much, but I was talking to my daughter about it and she's like, I don't even remember that much stuff. So it's only 3 chapters. So, yeah, so we're just going to start right on page 1, with the prehistory. That's why I went ahead and put the magnetic bookmark here. And then I just went through it and I started looking at things, and then I decided, so when we get to the 13 colonies, we have this workbook by Evan Moore. It's like history pockets. So I went ahead and marked that. We're going to start the history pocket book. And then when we get to chapter 10, the British are coming, we're going to start this book, this King George book we have that I showed. So I went ahead and just marked it. And then here I went ahead and marked. So I just went ahead and marked where we're going to start certain books. And then I just decided we're going to stop wherever we end up. I'm not a hardcore planner. I kind of wing things. But I wanted some of the books that we had to match up with this book. Like these 3. And that's why I subtracted some of those nonfiction books, because like the Who HQ. So these 3 books, these are some of the, oh sorry, it goes this way, yeah. These are 3 of the books that I marked that I still haven't decided how far we're going to get if we read these together, but I decided that these are going to be our 3 main focuses for history, which is the American Revolution, the westward expansion, and then this is like the Civil War. And then I don't know how far we're going to get, if we're even going to, like, I don't even know if we're going to get to this, but I just decided that we're taking things slow because we don't, like, you know, you have holidays and then, like, things happen. So I'm just kind of, yeah. Okay, so then that was what I did for American history. And then these 2 books were the only 2 I kept from the Who HQ that I want her to read independently and mix in with her fiction. I had a whole bunch, which is the one I showed you guys, but I realized there's just no way. Like, she's just that, like, we're already having these, and she might have to finish these on her own, because that's going to be a lot of reading for us. And we don't like, neither one of us like to do oral reading. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, and then another book, I'm going to do a video in the future of, like, how I teach history and go over all of this, but that was just part of my prep I wanted to show you. I also bookmarked some things in here, words that built a nation, that some important speeches or things that I want us to read together. And these are all pretty short, so I think that would be easy to get through. This is just an extra book I had that, I don't know, I accidentally grabbed this, but that's just the president's. Okay. And then this is science. So for science, I went ahead and did prepping. I matched up. I just used these because I was going to run out of these magnets. I was running out of the magnet bookmarks, but I just put a magnet bookmark for our main page. But for science, we're just going to start right in the beginning also. And I went ahead and bookmarked with this Evan Moore book. So it's out of order because some of the concepts in here that starts in the beginning. So I went ahead and just marked the chapter. There was only one section in here that I really didn't find a chapter that matched. And then there's some chapters in here that pertain to multiple sections in the workbook, like this right here. Earth systems, this deals all in chapter 25. So I think what we're going to do is read the chapter first, and then we're going to just do these one at a time, like different days. So we'll just be going very slow with science and with history so we can match up our extra reading and then that. So I went ahead and did that. That's part of my little prep, and I wrote the chapter and things like that. So this will definitely be out of order because, like, as you can see, this is chapter 11. So then I'm sorry. So the first one is like chapter 6. When we get to chapter 6, we'll go ahead and start and match it up with the corresponding one. I can see page 99. I think 99 is for the first chapter, which is States of Matter. Yeah, so yeah, I already bookmarked it. So this will be the first workbook page that she does that correlates with the chapter we get in here. It's going to be loosely matched, but I'm okay with that. Again, like, everything in the beginning is like trial and error. Who knows? Like, we might not even end up using this book. We might hate it. We might love it. We might not like this one. So, I'm just like, those are just my plans. I want to share that with you guys in case anyone's using those materials. Trying to think what else, if that's everything I want to discuss. The schedule. Her reading's going to stay the same, which is still 35 minutes of independent reading. Plus, she does morning reading while she's eating breakfast. But that's whatever she wants to read, which could be a library book. And it won't necessarily be one of these books, but it could be. Trying to think if there's anything else. Yeah, so this whole year is going to be a big trial and error because we never did one subject one day a week. We always did science twice a week, history twice a week. That's also why I wanted to just do this with the dry erase marker. This could very well change to where we do this each 2 days a week. I'm not sure. I just kind of want to see how it goes. And so this is our preliminary schedule. And I think I showed you guys everything that was part of my little prep. Thanks so much for watching this video. I'd love for you guys to like and subscribe. And if you are already and did, thanks.